SwissBorg is now the official partner of my channel, so you can buy, earn, stake, sell, all in one secure mobile platform. Download using the link in the description, deposit €50 or more and you'll receive up to €100 worth of their native token CHSB. SwissBorg! Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look quickly at Bitcoin and just thinking about the overall market. So to start us off, we're just going to think about the Bitcoin dominance chart. So we always knew that 40% dominance is a bit of a pivotal zone. Yeah, we came down to 39, but what's 1% between friends, you know what I mean? So the idea is that the closer you get to these significant lows, the more likely it is that you'll be better off in a Bitcoin position than a altcoin position. Or should we just say just limiting altcoin exposure down these levels? Doesn't mean that they can't go up. I mean, we can have a look. I mean, it's just a handful of stuff. Yeah, we've got a little bit of movement on Crow, Gate.io and FTT. This is just the remnants of the video I made yesterday about exchange tokens. I suggest you give it a little watch. It's pretty important to make a plan moving into a bull market. And so, long story short, summary of that video is buy these exchange tokens. Hold for a long period of time. Stake where possible on their native platforms. Moving on, right, so basically Bitcoin's having a final bounce. On the weekly here we can see the 10 exponential has been I wouldn't call it a problem, but the first area of rejection. Now coming into this week, there's two main things taking place this week. There's CPI data from the US, obviously, we don't care about anything else. The US CPI data, chances are it's going to show another lower form of inflation. So we're going to see inflation go down is my expectation. I think that's everyone's general expectation, and I think that the markets are pricing that in. Basically, you see markets moving quite nicely, so that might correspond to the Dixie pullback as well. We might start to see that a little bit, but I wouldn't get too. Let's not get too excited about the Dixie. It is what it is. And then we've got the Ethereum merge taking place. So I think all of this is happening within the week. So I think CPI on Wednesday, could be wrong. The merge on Thursday, but correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure it's all within the week this week, so midweek. So until then, markets are going to try their best to guess what direction everything's going to go in. Is it going up? Is it going down? We just don't know. No one really knows. This is stuff that can't be accounted for on the charts, but for the most part, markets have a habit of trying to price things in as best as possible. So I think that the CPI, like a smaller inflation read, has and is being priced in to the charts, but you can't. It just can't be priced in the merge for Ethereum. That is like a complete guessing game as to what's going on. I mean, when it comes to pricing it in, I would make the case that it's been priced in, and I've said this, in my last few videos. It's been priced in since about 350, 400, and all of this movement on Ethereum's chart is off the back of the expectation that the ETH.2 is going to be unbelievable, game changer. And look, over time, it quite easily could be. It could easily be. But I strongly feel it's a buy the rumor, sell the news, like any situation in crypto, whether it's a burn, a token swap, a mainnet, or a merge or a fork or whatever. They almost always end up being like this. So this is over a much longer period of time. ETH.2, way. So we'll see. Like I say, I'm not married to that idea, but it just seems too it seems too obvious that is going to be the end result, which is a pullback. And so that'll be a pullback that you will see given to us here on the dominance chart. So we can already see that Bitcoin is leading the market. This is normally how bull markets begin, by the way, with Bitcoin leading, because we all know that the 4-year cycle that crypto is very much attached to is Bitcoin's 4-year cycle. So as much as people like to say, oh, you'll never make any money with Bitcoin, you got to go for the shit coins, man. Look at this one, man. It's got a furry face on it. It's definitely a good investment, man. I mean, oh, look, of course, you might not make as much money with Bitcoin, but you will make money with Bitcoin, right? So let's stand back and recognize what it is that you're saying. By saying you're not going to make much money, do you mean that you're only going to make a measly 800%? Well, that is what's known as a first world problem, my friend. 800% in a cycle is pretty awesome, so I would not... I would watch what you say, first of all, right? That is not bad, that's good stuff. So anyway, so the dominance chart is telling us a little bit of a clue as to what's likely to happen with or without the merge, which is that Bitcoin would be the better place to be until at least, I would say, 44% dominance. And that is, like I say, we like to use the horizontals for the most part when it comes to getting any kind of alt season. I think the first thing that we'll see is maybe a reaction around 44. I'm very much in favour of altcoins leading this next bull market as and when it begins, and throughout probably the next 10 years or so, altcoins will really thrive now. That the crypto market has become something different than it was in 2019 when the last bull market began. It was still pretty speculative. Now there is adoption and other countries warming to the idea of it actually being part of their future for the time being. So it's not, there's less of a speculative thing right now and more of into adoption. So I don't think we'll be seeing Bitcoin dominance anywhere up to these levels again. And so when we think about alt seasons, or we should just call them sort of rotations, we can take that from any level of a significant horizontal. So the next area would be 44% dominance, which is not far from now. So give or whatever happens with the ETH situation, I wouldn't worry too much if you feel like you're stuck in a position. As long as you're not in like the shit Bitcoins or whatever, then you should be okay. You should be okay because I believe we're about to start a new bull market. The only real red herring situation is going to be given to us through traditional markets, just like in March 2020, but that's for another video. So just for this week, let's stand back, let's admire the shit show, which will be the merge. Let's watch inflation, which I honestly think is going to show lower inflation. I think that's why markets are responding quite well. And then probably towards the end of this week into next week, we can start to really plan and maybe even execute some long-term positions, which is what I've been advocating for over the last few weeks. Buy, hold, stake wherever possible, and then we can start hopefully trading a brand new bull markets, or maybe not immediately, but somewhere down the line. It's all looking very good. So I'll leave it with you there. This week is going to be a rocky one, but get this one out of the way, and we can probably start to take the market a little bit more seriously. Right, I'm going to leave it with you there. Busy day today, swimming lessons with the 2-year-old and all this other nonsense. So take it easy. Have a nice day.